So we're down here. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here. We are here to talk about T.S. Madison experience, right? So let's go ahead and do our little thing here. Now, I only watched that episode once, so if I forget anything, please forgive me if I forget any details, all right? So we start off with Miss Mary had to leave Madison's house because they thought she had COVID. And it's been 6 months later. So it's the second episode is 6 months later, right? So Miss Mary leaves Madison's house. Madison's all alone. She don't know what to do. Queen Supreme Court, they had to stop everything due to the pansexual. And so now Madison is trying to figure out how does she need to transition to a morning show, right? So she gets on the phone with Tiffany. Tiffany said something in her interview, said that Madison was like the Al Roker. I said, girl, no. She was like, yeah, I can't. I can't get that description. My girl's going to kill me. Come on, Al Roker. Anyway, so she's talking to her and telling her what her plans are in terms of transitioning to a different type of show. Madison has on this wig. It has a little part in the middle. It's her Dora the Explorer wig, baby. She started singing that song, Dora the Explorer used to be a whore, but she's not no more. Dora the Explorer. I love it. I was here for it. So Miss Mary ends up coming back. She had a false positive, and we are happy that Miss Mary did not have the COVID, because they was going to try and blame it on Chi-Chi if she did have it. So we glad she did not have the COVID, okay? So, she is, Madison is, going through it. Things are stopping, gigs are stopping, the money is getting funny, you know what I'm saying? And so she has this conversation with Miss Mary. They're in the back looking at her, the garden that they got in the back or whatever. And she explains to Madison that you can't stop, basically. You just got to keep going. You won't fail unless you stop working. That's the only person who fails. What she say? Only person who fails is the one who stays down. Shout out to Miss Mary for her Maryisms, okay? So, anyways, we noticed that New York is engaged, and so Madison has some concerns because, when some of the girls, they don't know how to act, they get a man, they don't know how to act, they start acting funny, they don't come around as much, they're not focused on what they need to be focused on, they get dickmatized, okay? So, she said, I just need to make sure that I need my stuff to work, right? And so we see them, trying to, get everything together and showing that Craig is doing his own thing. He got his own channel with his Motivational Mondays. No, that's Chi-Chi with his Motivational Mondays. Craig is doing his thing, Craig the writer. So everybody is now doing their own thing because they need to make sure that they got money coming in, right? Because Madison was a stream of income, but now that that's slowed down, you got to, set your sights on other things. So that's what... So they showed Chi-Chi's morning show, or his little Motivational Mondays. Baby is blowing big smoke out here. Legger said, I don't know what he's motivating people to do. All I thought was, it's like, maybe people who relate to him and who smoke weed, he can motivate them. You don't know. All you're doing is if you are able and you have an influence on people, it just depends on the direction that you take them. And I don't think Chi-Chi's going to take anybody down a bad road. He smokes weed. Who doesn't smoke weed? People smoke weed. It's medicinal, okay? I was like, y'all better leave Chi-Chi alone. Anyway, so Legra wants to know what is Chi-Chi's role. And I put her child, period. That's what I put. So Legra, if you don't know what Chi-Chi's role is Madison's child. And of course, Madison wants Chi-Chi to put his best foot forward, right? And to come, they always want you to give a good impression among the people. So I understand where they're coming from, but just like Madison later speaks to that casting person or talent agent person, and it's like Madison doesn't want to change too much, right? Because the people love her for who she is, and if you start trying to make yourself palpable for other people who really don't really fuck with you and never really would have fucked with you otherwise, you don't want to change yourself for that. So the same could be applied to Chi-Chi. Just saying. So She gets on the phone with this talent scout agent who has about 23 years experience and kind of focusing on talent. And she said that she's an amazing on-air personality. I mean, everything that lady was saying about Madison, we already know. We already know she has a great personality. It's infectious. People are drawn to her. So she was like, we believe in you. However, when we look you up, the raunch comes up, right? So we got, Madison used to work in adult film. So, as a lot of trans girls do, and they do that because they need to make a living, because our society doesn't really fuck with trans people like that when they find out. It's a lot of discrimination in the workplaces. So they have to turn to either sex work or adult film, and that's just it. So Madison has done that. She's been very open and honest about all of that, right? So this lady tells her the raunch comes up. And what I have noticed, because, I've been following Madison for a long time, I have noticed it on Madison's YouTube channel. She's uploading like different excerpts of her, like her car videos and stuff like that. I've noticed old videos are being re-uploaded. So what she's trying to do is kind of push down in the search engine the other stuff. But, it's going to come up. I mean, she's honest about it. And that's the best thing. Like, nobody can shame you with your truth. Nobody can make you feel in any kind of way. That was your truth. That was your life. And you're at a different place now. So the lady wants to make sure that none of that stuff comes up. She says, I don't want you to, what did she say? I want you to paint with different colors. No, we're not doing that. I was like, girl, okay. But Madison knows what she has to do. And whatever she needs to do, and what she feels comfortable with doing without compromising herself, her integrity, she knows what she got to do, and period, whatever. She also says, when you be down in the comments, right? So on the first episode, the review, I told you I love the fact that Madison gets down in the comments and cusses these bitches out and lets them know. But you also have noticed that Madison has been very selective with who she comes after and been very clear. Sometimes she can't help it, we know, but because we're human and we get tired of people fucking with us at the end of the day. So she's been very mindful and selective in choosing her battles. So she wants to make sure that her content is easily accessible, meaning other people will be open to experiencing her, if she changes it up a little bit. So we'll see. So Madison says she doesn't want a new audience. If they don't love me, they ain't never gonna love me, and that's what it is. That's how I feel too. It's like you're attracting people with your authentic self. That means that nobody's going to be here under false pretenses. And then later, that's what I say to people. When somebody follows me based off of a tweet on Twitter, I'll be like, child, I don't know if you want to follow me, because it don't always look like that. You understand what I'm saying? And so you want people to respond to you authentically. That's how I feel. So I'm here for that. I understand that. She wants to be visible for others who don't really see themselves in the media. And that's one of the things that's really important with what Madison is doing, is letting other trans people know that there is an opportunity. She can open the door and it's possible. So shout out to her, but that's her goal, and that's what she feels that her mission is right now in this journey of her life. So she says, you know what, we need to get the team back together. Everybody's doing their thing, but we need to get the team back together so we can make this happen. There's just something about Craig and Oliver and Chi-Chi and all of them together, Mo and all of them, that just, it's lightning in a bottle. They capture it and it just gets good. And so Madison wants to meet with everybody, right? So we see Madison getting laser, baby. When she says, I don't she said something about having hair on her chest. So we see her getting laser. They talked about the Mona Lisa and the Picasso, which was really funny. So those little scenes are really funny too. You got to be smooth diva. You got to give the girls what they need, right? So she's getting her laser under her arms and around her chin and chest and stuff. I think that's where it was going on. So everybody's at Madison's house. Oliver lets us know that he's kind of happy that Queen Supreme Court has been on hiatus, because it has given him an opportunity to do other things that isn't so focused on Maddie. And we see that all of them are doing things, right? And so Madison is talking about, that Oliver is really good with the audio, visual media stuff. And he hasn't been available, so she's trying to figure out whether or not she needs to outsource. So in Miss Mary's interview, she explains that sometimes when Madison is having conversations with people, it comes off a little harsh. So she says she loves her people. So Oliver's saying, I love you, Madison. You know, I love you down, but girl, the money has been kind of funny. And I don't think Madison really liked that, because Oliver's like, you really want to talk about it now? She was like, yeah, like, let's talk about it now. We're filming a reality show. I get it, but it's reality, so talk about it. She didn't say that, but that was the energy right there. So Craig says, this is something that we need to have a conversation about. It's important. So Madison says, listen, whatever needs to be done, I'm a hustle, because basically I'm not going back to the streets like Jocelyn. I'm not going back to the strip club like Jocelyn said. So Craig reminds Madison that in order for you to be an effective leader, you have to allow people to be comfortable expressing what it is and how they experience you and how they feel about you. You got to be comfortable with that, right? And sometimes you don't do that. So then Madison, she gets a little passive aggressive, and she was like, great, everybody's perfect, everybody's great, everybody's this. she got offended, and so she started her little passive aggressive. Oliver said, look, that's what we're not going to do. We're not about to do that. I'll leave. Like, I'm about to go. So he's like, I'm out of here. So Miss Mary basically told Oliver, you got the wrong spirit. You got the wrong spirit. Don't you leave out of here mad, because we got to talk about this. So Oliver, he gets his stuff and he starts walking out. And that was the end of the episode. So we're going to see what's going to happen on the next episode. It was good. I love seeing these little parts. I was noticing Chi-Chi in the background, like looking like, well, sometimes you do. Like he was like, they were like coming at her. So it is hard, right? Because you're the leader, but you're not always the perfect leader. So it is hard to hear feedback from your team when they tell you you're not putting your best foot forward and helping us feel a certain type of way around you and allowing us to share with you how we experience you. And it's only fair, but it does hurt. Nobody likes to be told that they not being the best, right? So we'll see what's going to happen on the next episode. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Oh, and I did notice that Madison's ex-manager had executive producer credit at the end. I did notice. I was like, oh, Jill got an EP credit. Okay. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.